So this has great potential, but now this one has a much better mix for what I see, but it's still in a huge pot. It has this support that is not really, the roots are not really attaching. You can see that the leaves are actually uh, getting smaller and instead of bigger. But what I see on the top of the pot is just cocoa chips. Now again, remember that cocoa chips and cocoa coir, as far as I know, they're not great at interchanging nutrients with the root system. Now I only had another strawberry shake. That was one that I got from, I got imported in 2023. I think it was already like in the midst of root rot, because even that I put it in a greenhouse as soon as I got it from the importer, and I picked it up from the importer at the expo, at the Aero Expo in Dallas. It was one that did not make it. All right, I see some healthy roots and I see some really black roots. Let's see what we have here, because otherwise it has really grabbed onto the cocoa chips, which is not ideal, because again, they're not great at transferring nutrients when they're in the soil, meaning that the nutrient is only be absorbed as it's wet, as it's getting wet, and especially with which type of nutrients you use, because there are nutrients that are ready for the plant to consume, like foliage pro or foliage focus. All those are ready to be consumed by the plant. They don't need to interact with the soil. But there are other ones like Miracle Grow and other type of fertilizers that actually need to interact with the soil as a medium to transfer the nutrients. Now let's rinse this up. We do have to remove this bowl, which is a plastic pipe wrapped in cocoa husk. We just have a couple of twine that keep it attached. There was only one single root trying to attach to that. That's another reason probably that the growth has not manifested or exploded in any way. So, and a lot of these roots that you see right here are like completely dry up. That is the problem with a regular type of support like that. They don't provide anything but just a little bit of support to it. So these super dry ones, we're going to cut them, because like that will promote the plant to grow new ones as anchors. And source of nutrition. But this is the only root that was there. You see how much thicker. There we have a new growth point there, another one right here, and I'm wondering if I should chop this because of the funky growth pattern that it has, because it's going to be hard to put this straight on a moss ball. I'm afraid to chop it because it's so delicate. But this one that has the biggest chunk right here, it has one semi-big leaf, and it kind of like makes the difference between the bigger leaves and the shorter ones. So I'm gonna chop it right there.
What have I done? No.
And now I'm gonna set this up as best as I can against the moss ball. Now I have other examples of that came from the from the store, from the shop, like in this manner. You can start with this and then grow eventually, like straighten it up like little by little. For the looks of it, I'm seeing that this is another root that can actually probably get adjusted in time. If you see it sort of bleeds like red. You can just put a little bit of, this is my mix of sulfur powder, rooting powder, and cinnamon. That will help to callus that cut. But because we haven't done any cut or any damage on the roots right here, we're gonna move to the resetting. So now for the resetting, is this spot big enough? It's big enough, but I'm probably gonna need, no, I'll be fine. All right, so another thing that I'm gonna set up before this is the actual moss ball. Now this one, if you can see, I haven't done any we need to remove this leaf as well. I haven't done any leaf shine. We're gonna put this right here for now, and we add some medium to it, like a little later. That medium, for example, right there, is gonna be a finer, still chunky, but it's gonna be my other chunky one that is not for moss ball. You see, it needs a little bit of more moisture, like around the cut that we did, for it to grow roots. And I even gonna put a little bit of sphagnum moss around the base to give an extra humidity, and I'm gonna put it in one of the boxes, the growing boxes that I have inside, just to make sure. So this one is already like pretty tall, and even though it doesn't have any roots that are like deep enough to get into the moss ball, I'm gonna go with this one. So now I need, for this one, I want the empty part of the moss ball to go all the way down. So we're talking about, I have to move it about three of this, so up to right there, and this is the best thing. You can just slide it up, perfect. All right, so now we're gonna add this up here, which is where I have my chunky mix. So you can see better there. Now we move this aside, and this one has been out here for a couple of months, so I'm assuming that it doesn't have that much of a problem to be out here. I just have to be conscious of the watering because of the root rot that happened to me that time before. It's good to have a backup if that one does well, but also I consider myself still new to this. So we're gonna add some diatomaceous earth to it. I need to learn how to say that properly. So we just add just a little bit there. I just forgot to put the other this, but I'll add it on the top. This is mycorrhizae. I'll add it on the top, and they will get into the roots. Like that. Just because I had the extended release, I don't want the roots to be necessarily in like straight contact with it. I just want them to have nourishment right there on the bottom. So on this case, because of the size of the roots, I'm gonna put the root ball first, and I'm gonna move it to one side. I will add the moss ball. Make sure that it's all the way down. You can see that all the way down. And now I'll start adding the mix. The mix will go to the back because we're still not attaching the stem to the moss ball. Being so gnarly as it is right now, we're gonna do that in a minute. Right, so it's almost to the level. I have about another inch right there. So here is when I'm gonna add another little bit of insecticide, the diatomaceous earth, a pinch of mycorrhizate, and another pinch of the extended fertilizer. Now I have this root right here that is an aerial root. So this aerial root I wanted to go into the pot. So with that, it's gonna give me this much right here, and then little by little I will start to like move it like once a week. The plant will adapt and will start moving and be able to like attach more flat into the pole. I have like Velcro straps that I removed from the failures before. So I'm just gonna add right here, and this longer one I'm gonna put it in the top. So you see, yeah, I can bring it a lot closer, but it's not quite yet very flat to it, but it'll get there. We just have to give it a little time. Now for support, I'm gonna add another one in the bottom, give it a little extra support to the moss ball. And you see, right there we have it. I can probably do this a little tighter. I don't want to like put too much stress on it. And there it goes. So now I'm gonna give a good watering. The same thing that we did with the red sun. And then I'm gonna clean the leaves and shine them up and put a picture of the end of it right here as I finish this video. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, any comments or any requests of the plants that I have or you may have seen on the tour that you'd like me to address, please let me know down in the comments. It will mean the world to me if you subscribe, drop a like, share with whoever you might think that will enjoy this content, and I will talk to you soon.